First movement. Who else wants to be more creative? Monday. Darkness.
What's going on down there?
They're crawling sideways, backwards. They look like crabs. They should be capable. Just look at all they have.
They know it's a case of move or die out.
There are a lot of experts looking at their problem.
What are they saying? Is that understandable?
Some of them talk about having a special personality.
They're artists. What more do they want?
Others analyse the processes.
From the outside or the inside?
Huh? Others have invented a lot of techniques, but they're complicated and take time.
Yeah, and their interiors ask for something easy.
I've been observing their movements all afternoon, and you're talking about their interiors. What do you do?
I see interiors and I clean offices. How about you?
I'm a shareholder. I'm like them, but I've got more time. How about you? Why have you come up here?
It's part of my job. And I'm trying to check something out.
What?
Something different that can help them.
Another dimension.
It was me!
But you just got here.
It sure wasn't me.
neither.
Me.
Clearly, it was me.
How did they get in here?
Listen up. How dare you? The last few centuries have shattered knowledge into fragments, and I had a hand in it. We need to go further back.
But on what basis can we choose the most creative genius?
The person who is the greatest in science, in art, in philosophy, in mechanics, in inventions, in magic. He who furthermore knew how to create happiness and to be compassionate.
Then, my dear friends, I beg your pardon. That is myself.
Just a moment. Are you arguing over the importance of your inventions? The ones you all came up with thanks to me? Well, you speak smoothly, dear Leonardo, Prince of Artists. I confirm that you were the most creative and the foremost exponent of my legacy. The most compassionate.
But what did I ever do to deserve your recognition?
Ah, dear Leonardo, what opinion did you reach about the world of ideas?
I always thought they were but an invention to render visible, invisible reality.
You were the only one who grasped the impetus I imparted in my dialogues, without even reading them.
Ah, yes, you should have used painting. Painting is eternal.
Yes, you represented that in the portrait of a musician. But how many people have really looked at it until now? Tuesday. A painting in Milan.
Come on, wake up. What are you thinking?
Where's the musician?
The musician is in the Pinacoteca Ambrosiana in Milan.
He seems pensive.
Look at the sweetness of his face.
Plato called him compassionate.
Leonardo wanted to paint his interior movement. Do you see it?
I don't know. Those staring eyes, compassion in his face, that black tunic.
Darkness.
The score in his hand.
And his lips slightly parted. He's about to sing.
And this represents something Plato wrote. What could it be?
You give up too fast. What do you want? To grab in the sand like a crab?
What is possible?
Okay, tell me, what would you say to that cameraman on his way to the underground? He'll be shooting this morning and he needs a fresh idea.
To look and pay attention to the impact things make on him, on others, all around.
And if he's in the tunnel, everything's black.
Then he should draw on his memory and the trail its images leave behind in his mind and his heart.
Are you hinting that he has everything he needs within reach?
Of course, his view is original. He's able to see new things.
But it's not that easy. He works under pressure. He doesn't have time.
He should keep an eye out for everything he perceives. Even a speck of dust suspended in the air can give him a new focus.
You say surrounded by resources only he can see. It sounds poetic, but it doesn't go anywhere.
If he explores from himself, he's already specifying. You get it?
I'm the boss with my toolbox. Pure innovation.
Something like that.
What is real?
You are here. I didn't see you.
Can't you see yet?
There are loads more people than this morning. What else should I see?
Yesterday I tried to explain it to you.
In the other dimension, the young geniuses look downwards in silence.
What are they looking at, and why are they so quiet?
You ought to be wondering what they see.
Fat chance of knowing I'm not where they are.
If you'd understood, try a little harder.
What are those lights? In people, in the stones? Are they fireflies?
They're interiors.
And now what's happening? Those shining threads are going to cover everything.
They're potential relations. We don't all see the same ones, nor all that are there. It depends on how present you are, where you are, and how you are.
And what do I do with this?
Give life.
What?
Try to put on a mother's face and ask yourself, what would make it grow?
And you're not crazy at all.
Come on, concentrate. If you can do it, a path will appear. If not, you'll run into a mesh as brilliant as it is impassable.
Let's say the path is short and narrow. It's pretty limited.
Then, free your intuition.
Wednesday. Blocked.
Listen! Can you hear me? And now what? I didn't find one path, or two, or three. I found 4. I could have gotten tangled up in that shining maze. I could have not even seen it, but I did. And I found alternatives. I'm blocked. So now what?
Beauty is difficult. Beauty is difficult. Thursday. Interior Force.
What's wrong? You look terrible.
I don't understand anything. I give up.
You don't know how to continue? Start any way you can. One thing will lead to another.
Beauty is difficult. That's motivating. What's with you? Why do you seem so happy?
I can't hear you. Look!
At their feet, reality moves. Men and women do. Lay bricks, put parts together, organize, write, draw, study, serve tables, cook, talk, cure others, dress and sell, among many other things. Some people leave a mark in reality, while others hardly leave any trail, lost in small deserts.
Why are some of them not participating?
They haven't understood that it's not about fighting, but rather asserting. Look at the signs.
The seal of originality. Do you know its secret?
All that's needed is inside you. You just have to know how to express it.
Three steps.
Leonardo painted interior movement. Have you managed to see it?
All I know is that it represents something about Plato's thinking.
Yes, it's related with the ideas of truth, goodness and beauty.
But Plato talked about an impetus, didn't he?
Listen, we're talking about a genius. He painted only the essence. Try again. What does what you're seeing tell you?
Let's see. Eyes open, to be open. Experiences taking advantage of every stimulus. It could be to look for something, to look for truth.
Making something evident. What else?
His face, compassion, lots of relationships amongst things, concepts, my interior, fireflies, and I have to give life. Find something that adds new life. I put on a mother's face, and I find paths.
A mother sees goodness and gives goodness.
Leonardo, the most compassionate, to find goodness.
It's a matter of choosing and defining. And afterwards?
Total darkness. The musician got his score, but he didn't say how.
Can't you see he's about to sing? It's showtime.
And the secret of originality?
Follow your interior need. Your subjectivity is also a reality. This reveals ourselves.
Why don't we do it?
For fear of judgment by others instead of expressing ourselves in their language.
Be the boss with the tools.
The third step is to do. Do beauty, to express our vision and experience.
A formula.
And what should we do now?
Let's present the formula for creativity.
A formula?
Yes, knowing its ingredients isn't enough. They have to be able to manage it. It's what you said. They only accept what they can measure.
And tell me, how do you make a formula with truth, goodness and beauty?
Creativity is equal to truth times goodness times beauty. Don't you perceive a multiplying effect?
Aesthetically it's nice, it's inspirational, but how can it be measured?
I saw a shareholder do that, with points.
Meaning what precisely?
Truth is knowing reality. You can't encompass all of it, nor not know some of it. So points are parts, percentages.
Makes sense. And beauty?
You can indicate an idea of perfection scoring from 0 to 10, but you know that ugly is a matter of taste, and perfection's impossible.
Seems logical. And how about goodness?
The same as beauty, but there can be negative points.
So goodness decides value, creation or destruction. Shareholders ought to work with a stock value to stay in the black.
They could also introduce gratuitousness into their accounts. Who owns a speck of dust suspended in the air, or someone's memory?
I'm not able to appreciate the validity of this formula, but it's all that we have.
Plato, Leonardo, and the young geniuses observe the man and woman attentively.
There's still more.
More?
What did you want at the beginning?
To stop acting like a crab.
They need help to accelerate. This is what I'd like to check out.
I'm lost.
Your colleagues generally present new ideas with a glowing light bulb. I've seen it when I clean their offices, and I've been thinking.
I'm ready for anything.
Dynamic physics, Reality in motion, acceleration, would be equal to the activated creative force divided by the resistance that this stimulus finds.
That's daring.
I've read that Albert Einstein drew inspiration from the ideas of truth, goodness, and beauty, and that he himself used his formula to render visible other invisible forces.
Friday. It's showtime.
Come on over, gather round!
Who else wants to be more creative?
Dear friends, come with us!
Do you know the secret of originality?
No more mental blocks!
Live the true adventure of creativity.
And stop grubbing like a crab!
Activate yourself.
Be open to reality!
And look for truth.
Be like a mother for a few seconds!
And find goodness.
Start any way you can and follow your interior need!
And do beauty.
Evaluate yourself, vote, measure your progress.
How much have I seen? Have I looked enough?
If you can't see anything, ask yourself, am I in reality?
If you can't find anything, be more compassionate.
If you can't do anything, try and laugh.
And be happy.
Beauty is difficult! Beauty is difficult! Second movement. Beauty is difficult. Thursday. In the alley.
I can hear noise, but I can't see anything.
We're in the dark.
In nothingness, like the musician's clothing.
Do you remember Plato telling Leonardo to get rid of everything that's not real?
Well, let's be realistic. We're in the alley.
No, we're in the connection.
Knowledge.
The same thing all over again.
They're still waiting for fusion?
They have proof. They just have to connect the dots.
And you say they've been like this since they got here. They've perceived the impetus, but they're still lost.
Aristotle, my son, they call me crazy for talking about two worlds.
They don't know your sense of humor. Father...
Oh, you, master builder, you raised a high wall.
They're very close. They'll come through the darkness.
They're following the creative connection. Leonardo, you forgot to reflect Aristotle's work in The Musician.
Plato, why go on about it? You know it can't be done. It's metaphysics.
Excuses. Beauty is difficult. Beauty is difficult. The form.
And hey presto, Aristotle appeared. But didn't he criticize him?
I really can't say. When Plato died, he left the academy and Athens. And why would he do that? Out of sorrow?
What do you mean?
Nothing. I'm following the creative connection.
I know that painting. It's the School of Athens by Raphael.
He painted Plato with Leonardo's face.
But if Leonardo was a follower of Plato, what's Aristotle contributing?
Look at their hands. Plato's pointing up and Aristotle's facing down. And where are they looking? Plato's looking forward and Aristotle at Plato.
Plato ideas, Aristotle construction.
He disentangled what intelligence grasps or places into things when it makes something new.
And what's that?
The form.
Play.
Each box is an area of the form.
Hurry up, it'll dry up.
That's precisely what happens.
Where do they come from?
Aristotle. It's all in Wikipedia.
Where intelligence places things to do something new.
Or where you place yourself to grasp something new that you can do.
She jumps to the box at the left of the pyramid's base.
Come on, jump to the box on the right.
He follows her.
I'm at the focus and you're at the quantum.
How's that?
I'm at what I want to do, you're at everything I'm counting on to do it.
Well, you won't get anything if you don't tell me what you want to do, or if I don't tell you what I have.
They swap boxes.
Aristotle says both are indispensable to do something new.
He returns to the quantum.
Quantum sounds like a value chain.
It includes everything that can be measured. Now move up to relation. How do you see it from there?
Impacts, effects, on others, on things, on the environment.
She jumps to the box on the focus.
And differentiation is here.
I get it. They're the values, the qualities of the focus.
The focus must go through everything, and from each box we try to redo the quantum.
It might even need to be increased if something more is needed. We shareholders buy in order to grow.
She keeps drawing on relation and differentiation.
And what are these?
Action, sensitivity, time, place, and position.
He takes giant steps back and forth from the different boxes to the quantum.
What can my intelligence place into its action or into what happens to it? What do I grasp from the when, the where, and the arrangement? Afterwards, go back to the quantum and redo it.
This is the last one, the state, everything that what's new brings together.
What if it doesn't live up to the result you were expecting?
Then don't try to fool yourself with appearances. Keep on redoing it.
There's hardly a trace of the pyramid left on the floor, but he moves over the area where it was.
It's not so complicated. Always the focus on the quantum. Pay attention to the relation and then change boxes.
What can I place here? How does it look from there?
Innovating is a composition. Leonardo painted it. The score.
The music, the clothing, the darkness. Now you see it, now you don't.
Did you see anything?
But what have they discovered? Why are they laughing?
Was fusion produced?
Beauty is difficult! Beauty is difficult! Beauty is difficult!